Pokémon, a series that needs no introduction. Being the highest grossing franchise in the world, everyone and their grandma kinda already knows what Pokémon is, even if it's just Pikachu. However, it's that very fact that has led to the stagnation of Pokémon games. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. A phrase the developers, Game Freak, live by, only ever adding minor changes with every new entry to the main title games. Changes that often get dropped after one game. Heck, even their spin-off games, which bring entirely new gameplay mechanics and sometimes amazing storylines, don't tend to stay too long, and when they do, they begin to drop in quality and eventually fade into obscurity. So, as a Pokemon fan, looking for something more out of these games I had played over and over again, I began to get pretty bored. That is, until I finally found something different. Pokémon Fan Games. Pokémon Fan Games are, as the name implies, fan iterations of Pokémon games, set in their own region with a unique plot and sometimes original Pokémon, which the community dubs Fakemon. There are generally two types of fan games: ROM hacks, which are entirely new games made from editing the data from Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color Pokémon games, such as Emerald and Crystal, and fan games, which are made using the RPG Maker XP engine for PC. To avoid confusion, I will be referring to both as fan games for the rest of the video. So, what makes these fan games so much different from the original games? And why do I find myself constantly drawn to them? It's quite simple. They're new. Fan games are like the Wild West. Anything goes. They take the generic formula we're so used to and flip it on its head, with sometimes absolutely insane stuff going on. And I love it. There are lots of things that make fan games distinct from the main games, and for the sake of simplicity, I will be splitting them into two aspects: plot and gameplay. Get your starter, catch some Pokemon, collect all 8 badges, stop the evil team, capture the legendary, and then beat the Elite Four. That's the main gist of every main title Pokemon game summed up. It sets up conquering the Pokemon League as your main goal, making every other story beat feel secondary and sometimes pointless. There's rarely ever a sense of urgency to stop the evil team until they summon the legendary Pokemon, and once that's done with, back to getting those badges. Pretty anticlimactic if you ask me. Sure, some fan games still follow this routine. It's a tradition after all, but it's usually placed on the backseat of the main storyline. The player character here is giving clear-cut goals right from the start, with the acquisition of badges only serving to grant access to the next area or allow the use of a particular HM. Sure, these storylines tend to get absolutely bonkers, but in a creative way. They take advantage of the world of Pokemon in a way we haven't really seen been done before. You've got games set in dark and greedy regions where crime and death are a norm, games set in regions with nothing but Fakemon. Heck, there are even fan games based on the anime and Pokemon Adventures manga, which I highly recommend you check out. And then there's Pokemon Snakewood, which is definitely something. They're able to create interesting settings and characters that compel you to want to explore and find out more about them. While some of them can be pretty vanilla, they still provide a different kind of experience not found in the main Pokemon games, keeping you entertained. The main hook for many fan games out there. Most completely revamped the battle system, introducing new mechanics and rules to the standard rock paper scissors gameplay we've been used to for so long, such as adding the physical special splits and mega evolutions to the Gen 3 games, and redesigning older Pokemon with new looks, moves, and abilities. All around, they make battles harder, forcing the player to get out of their comfort zone, having them constantly switch up their teams in order to stand a chance against NPCs with competitively built teams. It's reasons like this that make fan games such as Pokemon Emerald Kaizo and Fire Red Omega popular among the fans looking for insane difficulties. One of my favorite additions to Pokemon battles would have to be the field effects from Pokemon Rejuvenation. It takes moves such as electric and psychic terrain and makes them permanent while in specific areas, adding buffs and debuffs to certain types and moves. To get a clearer picture of what I'm talking about, take a look at this. Rejuvenation also adds level caps to the mix, which makes trying to power through opponents with your high level Pokemon pretty much impossible if you aren't prepared and have a strategy. There is also a bit of resource management involved because of the low reward money you get from winning battles, which makes buying healing items a tough choice to make. Fan games have only grown in popularity over these past couple of years and keep evolving as a result. And despite the aggressive way Game Freak clamps down on fan games, it doesn't deter fans from making more. There's tons of them out there. Maybe try playing a few. Regardless of if you're a newbie or veteran, you're bound to enjoy it.